Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards campaign mode. This weekend we have a live PvP event where everything is set to max level and we've got cut off the head as a modifier. So it's a pretty fun combo, and I'm just going to show you two matches I played here which ended up being very unbalanced. So this first one we're just hopping right in. We're playing as Illic Nightspear leading ranged Eldari into battle against Greyfax. Now Greyfax is definitely one of the strongest warlords, or so you might think, but Illic is a hard counter to Greyfax because of the way his special rule operates. And now you only need to deal, 65% of their starting health in order to zap them into oblivion, which we will see here with this Alpha Strike here. So we got two precision shots, Malgan Ra with the Barrage. It's getting reduced from the Fear, but then the Crimson Hunter attacks for its full attack value, taking down their most powerful bodyguard before the turn even starts. Now, what I forgot though is that with the priority threat, that actually doesn't trigger until the start of the turn. So if you destroy something with a trait like precision shot before the turn starts, then you will not actually get the bonus from the priority threat. So I did not get any buff to my attack stats here, but can't really complain because I just wiped out his strongest bodyguards in one turn. So yeah, Illic Nightspear definitely super good against Greyfax. Now, all they have is the Warlord, and then I think there's two healers remaining. So, pretty impressive amount of health on Greyfax. She has Inspiring Presence and Big Game Hunter. But, yeah, there's not really much you can do at this point. I still have, look, I have 5 more bodyguards that haven't deployed yet. So, the most one-sided battle possibly ever that I have played in PvP. But I mean, the deck that he was running, it wasn't too bad. Like I have no idea what rank this player is, but like on paper, this deck with Greyfax running Psychers and Healers is quite strong, but it just has no chance against Illic Nightspear. And even with the range debuff on this turn, I'm just still able to destroy the bodyguards. And then that just leaves the Warlord. I did get the priority threat bonus from that one, but since it was such a small bodyguard, it only increased, I think, by 6 ranged attack there. So, we did manage to bring Malgan Ra down to 18 health and finish him off with a psychic attack. That's 107 psychic damage. It's quite a bit. Greyfax does have a pretty powerful attack with all 3 attack types, but yeah. It's not even going to take all of these bodyguards to finish off Greyfax. With the Bringer of True Death. So I think this attack from the Crimson Hunter does the trick. And there goes Greyfax. So that was just pure luck. That was actually the first game I played as Illic Nightspear, and it just happened to get matched up against Greyfax. Now moving into the second match, I am running another range deck, this time running the infamous Captain Badruck, and I'm running the same build that I do in ranked mode. And deployment takes pretty long time, so I'm just sort of fast forwarding through this. But I've got the Gorkanaut, which at max level has Precision Shot and Barrage, so that deals the full damage when it deploys. And then, waiting for my opponent to deploy here, he's got some small units coming to the field. We've got Makari, who has 2 shields and then Inspiring Presence, buffing the Gorkanaut's attack up to 163 ranged. And then the final bodyguard I have for the ultimate Alpha Strike is the Daka Jet, of course. So you can see here, I mean, he deployed the Fire Prism. Now that's a pretty strong one, but I think he should have saved it for a little bit later because the Gorkanaut just gets off 1, 2, 3 shots, followed by the Precision Shot from the Daka Jet, which just destroys the Fire Prism. And again, I forgot about the priority threat, so that didn't trigger until after I had destroyed everything. So once again, I did not get the bonuses to my attack, which would have been huge because that Fire Prism is such an expensive unit. But it was actually my opponent's turn. They had the initiative, so he just goes Psychic. He has no units on the field, so it doesn't do anything. But yeah, in this case, the Precision Shot Alpha Strike actually worked really well, being the opponent's turn, where you're just able to destroy everything and they can't do anything in return. That, and then I did get hit by an outflank, so going to be dealing less damage here. And they've got Malgan Raw and another big game Hunter on the field. So this is actually a pretty strong lineup on their side. And also, because I have been debuffed from the outflank, I realized that actually attacking into this would be suicidal. So I ended up redding. Makari is nice because he has the ranged debuff, so I'm decreasing the ranged attack. And at this point, my opponent, he really should have attacked while he had the chance. But he unfortunately decides to ready here. And they have a melee debuff, which isn't going to help them. And they are charging up a big ranged attack, but by this point, you know, just a little bit of the range buff that I have is enough to clear everything out with the barrage damage. And, well, you can see the Dakajet also has enough to kill that unit on its own. And then with Captain Badrock, you get 1, 2, 3 shots. This time we did take out the priority threat with a regular attack. So we got the buff to the stats. Gorkanaut at 191, the Dakajet at 219 ranged. And now I believe they only have 2 bodyguards left, and those were kind of small fodder units which should have come out earlier. Got hit by another outflank, but yeah, at this point there's really nothing they can do. Despite having that big ranged attack charged up, they just don't have enough firepower with these units to kill the big ones I have on the field. And again, we have been debuffed here, but still, with the extra damage from taking out the priority threat, these guys are just doing so much damage. And now all they have is their Warlord. So I did feel kind of bad here. It's a very one-sided battle. Again, in this one I didn't even lose a single unit. There's the Warlord to the field, and because it's PvP, the opponent does have the option to surrender, which is what they do here. So yeah, that was Captain Badrock. He's probably not a very fun one to face, so I don't know if I'll be using him that much more in this PvP campaign. But let me know if you are playing this one. It's pretty fun having PvP and everything at max level with Cut Off the Head. It's a pretty fun combo, so let me know what kind of decks you're running and how it's going for you. And if you need any advice or anything, let us know in the comments. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.